Visualization is a powerful mental tool that can reshape how we think. And yes, it's way easier than it sounds. It's basically using your imagination with purpose. When you imagine scenes, solutions, or outcomes in detail, your brain treats those images like practice reps. It builds neural pathways. It strengthens connections. It actually trains your mind to think differently and more creatively, even before you physically do anything. That means visualization can spark new ideas in seconds while shifting your internal focus away from the problem and toward the solution. This isn't just hype. The brain responds to imagined success in similar ways to real-world success, which is why athletes, composers, filmmakers, and innovators use it daily to get their best ideas unlocked before they act. Here's where it gets fun. Visualization lets you mentally rehearse creative breakthroughs before they happen. You can picture yourself solving challenges. You can pre-experience successful outcomes. You can mentally see a solution taking shape, and the brain begins rearranging connections accordingly. Close your eyes, picture the outcome, visualize your future creation, and suddenly new angles open up. This turns creativity from a stressed guessing game into a guided internal journey. And the more details you imagine, like color tones, textures, lighting, movement, sounds, the more your brain fires up those networks that turn imagination into usable ideas. It becomes a creative warm-up in your own head and a reliable way to generate inspiration on demand. Let's talk problem solving. When you're stuck, it's usually because your mind keeps looping back to the problem itself, not the solutions. Visualization flips this dynamic. Instead of rehearsing failure or pressure or frustration, you rehearse successful outcomes. You mentally see the right path ahead of time, so the brain starts searching for pathways that align with that vision. It has a shift from "why can't I figure this out" to "how do I make this work?" It's subtle but powerful. Creative blocks don't stand a chance when the brain is rehearsing triumph instead of tension, and that shift in inner imagery becomes fuel for confidence, momentum, and smoother breakthroughs. Guided imagery can take this even deeper. Think of it as a mental field trip guided by a calm narrator. You walk through a setting in your imagination, maybe a quiet forest, maybe an ocean horizon, maybe a futuristic studio. As your mind relaxes, its filters loosen, and that's where creativity surges. Relaxation allows the subconscious to surface ideas you didn't even realize were already forming. This is often where lightning bolt ideas appear, not through force, but through calm mental immersion. Mind mapping is another visualization tool, but this one is physical. You take an idea, draw it at the center, and expand outward with connections, drawings, symbols, and words. It makes your thinking visible. It shows relationships that would stay hidden if the ideas stayed in your head. It helps your brain visually organize, not just think. Now, visualization alone won't create real-world outcomes. You must combine mental imagery with action. The mind rehearses, but your body executes. When imagination and execution unite, creativity becomes tangible. The big solution is simple. Visualize your success, and then move toward it, one bold step at a time.